the silver balls. I don't even think I could count all those, and the wood, and there's a baby grand piano! Oh my words! That would explain the ceiling, because the ceiling is made to bounce sound and stuff around. Oh my gosh! Oh, where's Sugar when you need him? Okay, no fangirling. No fangirling. Slap, 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 slap. Okay, after some short... I can't get over that piano! What? I've never seen one designed like that. Oh, okay. Man, I wish I had continued my lessons. Okay. After some short introductions with the staff and a really nice dinner in the cafeteria, I was pointed towards the lounge by someone. Whatever I was expecting when I heard the word lounge, it was certainly not this. Everything in PHASe is so luxurious. It's going to take some time to get used to. You think? Oh, heck, honey, I'll trade places with you any day. You can be a CNA. I'll be an operative with PHASe any day, especially if I get to hang out with BTS. Okay. I can't remember a single moment in my life before when I was anywhere this nice. I walked towards the bar and carefully take in my surroundings. From the flooring to the interior decoration and even the view outside. Yeah, let's talk about that view outside for a second before we go on. Look at the detail in the clouds and the stars. Wow! So pretty. And the shadowing. Oh, and you can even see, you can see the tops of trees and all that. Wow, 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 wow. Let me just say that the artists for this game, the creators for this game, are ingenious, and very talented. Wow. Okay, moving on. Everything about this place feels supremely high class. You think? I don't think anyone I know could afford to stay in a hotel that had a lounge like this on a year's salary. No one I know would be able to afford it. Even if we all pulled our salaries together, I don't think we could. This is like 8-star quality here. Okay. No wandering the wastelands definitely didn't offer any opportunities for this kind of luxury. Luxury's right. I stopped next to the bar and looked down at the menu screen. As I start to scroll through it, one thing becomes very clear. All these drinks sound so unfamiliar. That kind of makes me wonder what kind of drinks they would have here. Because the doctor said part of her job was to keep all the operatives healthy. So I would think that part of that would be not letting any of the operatives get drunk in case of an emergency. I mean, can you imagine if the agency was suddenly under attack and a couple of the operatives were so hungover they couldn't do anything? So I don't see how they would allow all that much alcohol. You know? Okay. All of these drinks sound so unfamiliar. And there's no prices either. Ugh! Yeah, I wouldn't trust the no prices thing either. Does that mean it's free, or is it that no one around here cares about the price of something? I would care. I sigh and plop myself down on a bar stool. After poking around on the menu, I order a drink, something I'm vaguely sure I know. With nothing else to do but wait, I swivel around on the stool and observe the people in the lounge. It's far from empty here, but there's one particular corner that seems to be left alone completely. That looks like a good spot. A good spot, though. Oh, why do I have a feeling that this is foreshadowing some trouble for her? I mean, for me. Why? Here's your order, operative. I don't think I would ever get used to being called operative or having that much respect shown to me. In my line of work, I'm pretty much a grunt, so I can understand her point of view and her perspective somewhat. Okay. I spin around to face the bartender with a sheepish smile. Please pretend you didn't see that. The bartender only smiles back at me as she places my order in front of me. She gives me a little nod and walks away, leaving me all by myself. I look down at my drink. So I guess it's free? Either that or they're gonna take it out of my wage. There's nothing for free in this world, so, but I can't see them taking it out of her wage, especially since her job will be risking her life on a daily basis. So I would think that they would see the bar and drinks and snacks and food and stuff as part of their payment. That's the way it is in militaries that I've had to learn about, so it makes sense. I could try and call the bartender back to ask, but I feel like that's something I can find out later. Although it's not immediately apparent, I can feel people throwing me curious glances as they talk. I can't hear what they're saying, but I can guess. I imagine it's not every day that someone new joins PHASe as an operative instead of a trainee. Even if their curiosity is understandable, that doesn't mean that I have any desire to be stared at like that. At least they're all pointing and at least they're not all pointing and laughing at me and yelling, "Get out, you dirty drifter!" Yeah, I can understand that too. I was like her. I was bullied my entire life growing up, so I can understand how she would expect something like that around every corner, because I still expect that around every corner, and I tend to be like her, extremely defensive and expect the worst from people, and I don't trust very easily. So in a lot of ways, I feel like this character is an extension of my personality, which makes it easier to actually fall into this game and become a part of it. So I'm So far, guys, you have done a fantastic job. This game is sweeping me away. All I want is a quiet moment with my drink in some dark corner without any eyes on me. I grab my drink and head for the quiet corner that everyone else seems to avoid. Why do I have the feeling that this quiet corner isn't what it really seems to be? Okay. The gossipers all quiet down and stare at me before quickly turning away for good. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, now they stop. Whatever. I set my drink on the table and sit down only to sit on something not quite right. Oh no! Who did she sit on? Oh my gosh, who did she sit on? Don't tell me it's one of the other guys. Oh my gosh. Something happened. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's so not good. Oh gosh, I hope it wasn't 9. That would be quite the impression to make on your leader. Okay. I jump up to my feet in an instant. I whirl around to look at whatever it is I sat down on. That's even worse! Oh no! Oh gosh! I would have been. It would be better if it was 0. Oh no, he's gonna yell at her. I just know it. Oh gosh, he's gonna yell at her. The name slips out of my lips before I can think to stop myself. I feel many eyes on me again. There's a sudden tension in the air, something that clearly isn't missed by the observers. He was asleep! Oh my gosh, I so can't picture that. I cannot picture Four sleeping in the lounge. But then again, he's deaf enough. I don't think anybody would bother him. Oh my gosh! Oh! The sleepy Four slowly cracks his eyes open and blinks several times before finally directing his gaze at me. Ish! What are you yelling my name for? I gulp. I don't even think I'd be able to say anything. The way he handled himself with those people on our first meeting is not something I could forget. He didn't feel me sit on him. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I was just surprised to see you here. I lose my train of thought as I stare down at him just lying there. Why are you sleeping out here? Ford takes a slow, deep breath and pushes himself up into a sitting position. He tassels his hair a bit and looks at me with sleepy eyes. I was tired. This was closer. That's logical. I have to admit, that's probably something I would have done. I can't hold it against him. I guess that explains why everyone was avoiding this corner. Yeah? He stares at me without uttering a word. Should I just grab my drink and go somewhere else? No! No! Let him decide. If he had a problem with you being there, girl, he'd say something. He blinks slowly as if chasing away the post-nap haze. You! Oh, crap. I spoke too soon! I inhale sharply. Oh no, he's gonna say something about me sitting on him. I should apologize. He suddenly smirks and extends his hand to me. Oh, I didn't think this would come up. Does he want me to help him up? Oh, wait. His words back at the abandoned church come back to me. I'll shake your hand if I see you again. I fight back a grin and take his hand, so I finally get that handshake then, for he's a man of his word. The handshake is brief, but firm. Quickly enough, he pulls back. Hey, knock it off, you two! Sorry. The cats are not happy. Okay, quickly enough, he pulls back his hand. Don't think I didn't realize you sat on me earlier, though. Of course. I'm sorry, I just didn't see you there. Examine your surroundings properly next time. If you're that inattentive, you might miss something crucial in the mission and get yourself or someone else killed. He seems very protective of his team members, especially the rookies. I don't know what to say to that. His words remind me of what he said to Zero back then in the abandoned church. Four slowly stands up and starts to walk off, only to stop right next to me. He looks down at me with a strange look in his eyes, something I can't quite place. Welcome to Phantom Alpha 7. He nods to himself and walks away without another word, leaving me to stare at his retreating back. I'm not entirely sure what to make of him, but was he trying to look out for me? I plop myself down in Four's abandoned spot and grab my drink. Whatever I thought before, it seems that me accepting PHASe's offer will definitely prove to be interesting. I'm nervous about meeting the rest of the team, but for now I sit back and relax, enjoying my drink with the name that I can't recall. Okay, save. Wow! Wow! That. Oh my goodness! That is not how I would have wanted to run into him again either. Wow! Oh my goodness! Okay. Well, I'm gonna save it here and continue on later. I have to help with dinner and everything, but whenever I have the time, I will be back and we will find out what happens next. Bye guys, ciao!